All right, welcome into the post-game show, everybody. Altitude Sports Radio 92.5. I'm Dan Tanner, your host for In the Paint. We're watching the last 4 minutes and 40 seconds of Nuggets and Pistons. The Nuggets are efforting a comeback here over the Pistons. It's currently 97-90 with 4:39 to go in this one. So we'll see. The Nuggets have been down basically the entire game. They led 2-0 and haven't led since. So a lot of thoughts on this game tonight. We have some positive, encouraging news on Nikola Jokic that we'll get to coming up here in the post-game show, and we'll see if the Nuggets can pull this one out against the Eastern Conference leading Detroit Pistons. It's been a really big struggle fest for the Nuggets offensively. I said while Nikola Jokic has been out, it's going to be a struggle offensively as the Pistons miss a shot there. Spencer Jones gets the rebound, and the Nuggets are starting to gain a little bit of momentum in this one. They've gotten close several times. They just can't get over the hump. So we'll see in these last 4 minutes if they're able to do something. Murray's going to fake a three, drive into the lane. Floater is good. 5-point game. Got to get Jamal Murray going here. A Murray flurry would be massive in these final 4 minutes. And the Pistons will call timeout. Okay, so we got ourselves a game. 3:49 to go, 97-92, Detroit leading the Denver Nuggets. So just some thoughts while they're in the timeout on this game. Wow, the first quarter was just one of the most atrocious offensive quarters I've seen out of the Denver Nuggets this year, at least first quarters. They've had some really bad fourth quarters offensively over the last couple of weeks, but they were really sloppy with the ball early on in this game. They were giving up way too many offensive rebounds. The offense just looked sluggish, and to me, they just look unsure of what exactly they're supposed to do on the offensive end. They're just unsure of kind of what their identity is on offense at times, and the Pistons ended up leading 31-18 at the end of the first quarter. It was a very rough offensive quarter for the Nuggets. Now, the second quarter, I thought the offense looked much, much better. They were getting turnovers, getting out in transition. They were getting buckets that way. Bruce Brown had a really good second quarter. He was kind of taking the charge of getting out in transition with all of those transition buckets, and I thought that gave the Nuggets their momentum back in that second quarter. So they go on a 14-2 run in that second, and they cut the lead, which was at 18, down to 42-36. So good run there in the second quarter. Again, really good quarter for Bruce. He was getting downhill, getting to the basket. He had 8 points in a 10-minute stretch. That was great to see. And the Pistons ended up leading 52-46 at halftime. Now, Jamal Murray and Peyton Watson in the first half combined 4 of 18 shooting from the field with just 12 points. Now, what helped keep the Nuggets in this game is the Pistons shot 2 of 18 from 3 in the first half. The Nuggets were 4 of 18, not much better. But the Nuggets also had 10 turnovers. The Pistons just had 3 in that first half. And then how about Spencer Jones? His three ball has been the thing that's kind of helped keep the Nuggets alive in this basketball game and from getting way out of hand. So credit to Spencer Jones. That was great to see. And we are back in live action here for the Nuggets. Yeah, they're showing Bruce Brown 16 points, 7 of 10 from the field, 7 rebounds. This has been one of his best games of the season. So really good to see Bruce Brown starting to ramp things up a little bit. Hopefully this is just a sign of things to come for Bruce Brown and not a flash in the pan. The Pistons are a really good team. I know the East is inferior to the Western Conference, but they are leading the East at 33-11. They've got a really good young basketball team there in Detroit. And Cade Cunningham, one of those guys, just scores 99-92 now. The Pistons lead. Still plenty of time for the Nuggets here. 3.5 minutes, 7-point game. They're going to have to get some stops on the defensive end, though. It's just they're going to have to do that. Man, they are hounding Jamal Murray. That's the game plan. We've seen it from every team the Nuggets have played. He's going to hoist up a long three at the end of the shot clock. Goes off. Val gets the rebound and gets fouled. Okay, I don't think they're going to call it a shooting foul because Val was complaining. I think he wanted a shooting foul. As always, love to get your comments on the game. In the comment section, I'll be going through those throughout the course of the program tonight, and would love to get your feedback. So let me know how you're feeling, Nuggets fans. Murray's driving to the rim and one. So it's 99-94. Murray's got a free throw coming up. He can make this a 4-point game. There's 3:03 left to go in the game. Plenty of time here for the Nuggets. Wow. Really good drive to the rim there by Murray. Goes with the left-handed layup. Gets fouled and gets the bucket. Jamal had a really rough first half. He's been much, much better offensively here in the second half. So good to see. I mean, he's only 5 of 15 from the field, but he's looked much more comfortable here in the second half. All right, so he gets the free throw. We've got a 4-point game. 3 minutes exactly to go in this one. Can the Nuggets get some stops here? That will be key. And the Nuggets are in the bonus now too, which is great news. Green's going to take a three off the front of the rim, and the Nuggets get the rebound. Okay. 2:40 left. Ball is in Jamal Murray's hands. He's working Robinson. Ooh, man, he picked it up. He had a shot there from three. Back to Jamal. He's going to take a wild jumper. He wanted the foul. He makes the shot, and he is jumping up and down, screaming at the refs. Wow, that looked like a foul from here. Holy cow. What a shot from Jamal Murray. He wanted the foul there, and I don't blame him. 2-point game. 2:10 to go. And Cunningham's trying to, little 8-foot baby hook. Oh, and he got it. Not a baby hook, a turnaround J. Oof. All right, so it's a 4-point game. Golly, Detroit has 60 points in the paint. The Nuggets have 46. It's been better since Val's been back, but he's not able to be out there as much as they would like him to be right now because he's on a minutes restriction. Jamal misses a shot, and Cade Cunningham gets the rebound. Oh, boy. Oh, no. Easy layup there for Detroit. Adelman's going to call a timeout. Sloppy play there. That one hurts. Jamal is complaining to the ref right now. He was heated. He's talking to all the refs right now, and the coaching staff's having to take him over to the bench. Wow. Oh, they still have a chance, but, man, that made it really tough there. Tobias Harris gets the bucket. He's got 18 points for the Pistons. Really balanced scoring night for the Denver Nuggets. I mean, Spencer Jones has 12. He's 4 or 5 from 3. Great. Jonas Valanciunas, 14. Jamal's got 19. Jalen Pickett just 4. And Peyton Watson, 13 points. Bad shooting night for Peyton Watson. He's 6 of 20 from the field. And then looking at the bench, Bruce Brown's got 16. Hardaway's got 11. Strother and Zeke Naji both have 4 points. So really balanced scoring from the Nuggets tonight. I like that. Their offense has just been way too inconsistent in this game. Marion, appreciate you listening. It's that damn first game back home. Yeah, that first quarter, I don't know if any of you heard what the Nuggets went through yesterday travel-wise. They were stuck on the tarmac in Memphis for hours and hours and hours while they de-iced the plane. The Nuggets offense needed a little de-icing in that first quarter. They were just completely out of it. All right, so into Murray. 90 seconds to go. Jamal's going to turn around, 15-footer, got it. 4-point game. That was a nasty move from Jamal Murray. Got to get stops here. And now Detroit's going to call a timeout. JB Bickerstaff. I believe JB used to be on the Nuggets coaching staff. I think he was. You can correct me if I'm wrong on that. Good move there from Jamal. Turnaround jumper, just right around from the free throw line. You don't need to just go for threes right now. You can just get get twos. There's plenty of time left, but you got to get stops. Jamal's 4 of 6 shooting here in the fourth quarter. So rough first half for Jamal, but he's really heated up as this game has gone on. Man, that first quarter was interesting. There were a lot of the Detroit Pistons players, like 6 minutes into the first quarter, just out of gas, huffing and puffing. So curious to see if that has any sort of effect here towards the end of the game. 103-99, a minute 19 to go, and it's Detroit's basketball. They have possession. Man, if the Nuggets are able to win this game, that would be massive. They'd go to 10-5 in the 15 games Nikola Jokic has been out. I mean, that would just be incredible. Each team's got one timeout left. All right, here we go. The Nuggets are in the bonus. The Nuggets have one more foul to give, so the Pistons are not in the bonus yet. All right, so Robinson, it looks like, is going to inbound and gets it to Cunningham. Matched up with Peyton Watson. And Cunningham's just trying to take it to Peyton. Shoots it. Miss. And Peyton Watson gets the rebound. 65 seconds to go. 4-point game. Don't need a 3 here, but Hardaway's going to shoot a 3. Oh, off the front of the rim, it bounces in. 1-point game. What a shot from Tim Hardaway Jr. Oh, it was short, but it bounced up and in on the 3 ball. We got ourselves a game here, everybody. Wow. That shot was massive. Right at the top of the 3-point line. Oh, they're showing the replay. Oh, man, it bounced off the front of the rim, off the backboard, and in for Tim Hardaway. Wow. 1-point game. Okay. Man, this has turned into a fantastic game against 2 really good teams. Can the Nuggets pull this one out? Getting a little nervous here. What a shot from Tim Hardaway. What's he got tonight? Tim is 5 of 13 shooting, 14 points, 4 of 9 from 3. Okay. Not bad. I'm a little bit behind on the stream here. If some of you are watching on cable TV or listening to the radio, I apologize, but the stream is a little bit behind. So can the Nuggets get a stop here? 56.4 seconds. 1-point game. Oh, my goodness. They give Robinson a lane right to the rim, and he dunked it. 3-point game. Good news is that only took about 2 seconds off the clock. Man, really good out-of-bounds play there by the Pistons. All right, Nuggets can tie it up here with a 3. They don't need a 3, though. Jamal's got it. He's driving to the rim, and Val drops it off to Val, who puts it in. 1-point game, 40.8 seconds to go. Got to get a stop here. Yeah, if they can get a stop here, they can go down and have a chance to win the game. Got to get a stop here, though. Cunningham's got it. He's matched up with Jamal Murray. Oh, he almost lost it, but he got it back. 3 seconds left on the shot clock. They're going to have to heave it up. Oh, my God, and they make it. Tobias Harris. Okay, so they need a 3 here. 15 seconds left. It's a 3-point game. Jamal's got it across the timeline. Whew. Launch it, Jamal. Launch it. Oh, he almost lost it. Launch it. He puts it up. He gets fouled. He gets fouled on the 3-point shot. Oh, my goodness. Now, is Detroit going to challenge this is the question. Oh, they don't have a timeout. They don't have a timeout. They can't. They don't have a timeout to challenge. Oh, yeah, and that was a foul. No doubt about it. They wouldn't have won that challenge. He got Jamal right on the forearm. Oh, man. 3 big free throws coming up here for Jamal. He's the guy you want at the line, though. He's an 89% free throw shooter on the season. Knocking on wood here. Here's the first free throw for Jamal Murray. It is up, and he missed it. Oh, no. So what he's probably going to do here is try to make this second one, and then he's going to have to miss the third one on purpose. That's what I would do. Oh, no. That's a bummer. Second one's up and good. Okay, let's see what Jamal does here. They're going to bring Zeke Naji in for rebounding purposes, I would assume. Oh, that sucks that Jamal missed that. Best free throw shooter on the team. Yep, you got to miss this one on purpose here. Let's see. Here it is. Jamal, the shot is up. Nope, he made it. Okay, so they're still in it. 3.5 seconds to go. They can foul. And Pistons inbound. Cunningham gets fouled with 2.3 seconds to go. So even if he makes this, the Nuggets, or even if he makes both of these free throws, the Nuggets do have a timeout. They can advance the ball, and potentially tie this game and send it to overtime. Oh, that sucks that Jamal missed that first free throw. Oh, no, there was a foul to give, so they're going to have to foul one more time. Okay, so they foul with 2 seconds left. Tobias Harris will go to the line. Man, that's a bummer. 85% free throw shooter on the season is Tobias Harris. Fans are going nuts right now. And he hits the first. Make or miss, the Nuggets will have a chance to tie this game. Yeah, you got to block out here. All right, here's the second free throw. It's good. And the Nuggets will call their timeout with 2 seconds to go. 109-106. They can tie it up. Send it to OT. They still have a chance. For how bad the Nuggets were in the first half of this game, they've put a really good second half together here, and really a really good fourth quarter. They're outscoring the Pistons 34-27 right now here in the fourth quarter. We'll see what happens. Some score while they're in timeout here. Some scores from around the league. The Nets and Suns are tied at 93 with 4:20 to go in the fourth. The Jazz are up a point at halftime over the Clippers, 54-53. The Wizards beat the Trailblazers. Wow. Knicks hammered the Kings 103-87. The 76ers blow out the Bucks 139-122. And the Thunder beat the Pelicans 104-95. All right. This has got to be Jamal Murray taking the shot. Or Tim Hardaway. Hardaway or Murray. They're probably going to double Jamal Murray and force it to Tim Hardaway. Shoot, Spencer Jones has been a good three-point shooter in this game tonight too. Maybe Peyton Watson from the corner. All right, so Peyton will be the inbounder. Here we go. Oh, Jamal's going to fire it up. No. He got fouled again. You got to be kidding me. He got fouled again on the three-point shot. He's going to have another chance to redeem himself from the line. Oh, my gosh. What a dumb foul by Detroit. Wow. I mean, Murray did kind of sell that, but they called it. So Jamal Murray is back at the free throw line. 0.7 seconds to go with a chance to send this thing to overtime. First free throw is up and good. Man, pressure cooker right here. What a wild ending to this game. Here's free throw number 2. It's up, and he missed it. Wow. Oh. So he's got to miss this one on purpose, and then they just got to hope they can tap it in. I mean, there's 0.7 seconds left. Oh, Jamal looks devastated right now. Two big free throw misses from Jamal here. Misses the on purpose, and Detroit bats it out, and that's the ball game. Oh my God. Wow. 109-107 is your final at Ball Arena. Jamal Murray misses 2 free throws in the pressure cooker, and the Nuggets lose to the Pistons. Unbelievable. Whew. Yeah. That's the guy they want at the free throw line, no doubt about it. And Jamal is usually really good in those situations, but he had 2 chances to tie this game up from the free throw line and misses 2 free throws. Unbelievable. Nuggets fall to the Pistons 109-107 in this one. All right. It was good to see that Jamal and Big Val and Peyton Watson were back. Now, obviously, crazy Sunday for the Denver Nuggets. Their game in Memphis gets postponed because they couldn't get to the arena. They couldn't get the equipment to the arena. They couldn't get buses to their hotel to take them to the arena to play the Memphis Grizzlies. The NBA has yet to put a date on when they're going to reschedule that. Honestly, it was kind of a blessing in disguise for the Nuggets. They've been playing in a lot of games here in January. They've been really banged up. That gave them a couple extra days to get rested up, and they had quite the experience yesterday getting home to Denver out of Memphis. They were on the plane for hours as they were de-icing the plane for several hours. Scott Hastings was texting us live updates on this, so I know that for a fact that that's what was going on. So yeah, I mean, they had a crazy travel day yesterday. I'm not using that as an excuse, but that's just what happened. So the game on Sunday gets canceled in Memphis, and we don't know when they're going to have the makeup day for that yet. But like I said, it gave this team a little bit of an extra break, which quite honestly came at, I think, the perfect time. This team is super beat up. They played a ton of games here in January. I mean, everybody has. It's not just the Nuggets, but they play 17 games in the month of January. Well, now it's going to be 16 with the rescheduling of that game in Memphis. We'll see when the NBA decides to reschedule that. I don't know yet. So tough loss for the Nuggets tonight. Valiant effort there in the fourth quarter. I mean, they outscored the Pistons 35-27 in that fourth. I'm encouraged by that just in and of itself, because we've seen this Nuggets team really struggle to score in fourth quarters while Nikola Jokic has been out. So the fact that they were able to put up 35 points in this fourth quarter was awesome. By the way, the Detroit Pistons are the number 1 rated defense in the NBA. So to be able to put up 35 points on the number 1 defense in the NBA in the fourth quarter was great to see. Hopefully that's a positive sign moving forward and they can gain some momentum from that. But just the first half just crushed them, especially the first quarter. They just looked lost at times on offense. Doesn't look really. I'm trying to figure out what the identity of this Nuggets offense is. It's kind of hard to tell. Without Nikola Jokic in there, it just muddies everything up so much that I think they're still just trying to figure out who they are offensively without Nikola Jokic. I mean, we've seen teams, we know what the game plan is against the Nuggets when Jamal Murray's in there. They're going to put full court pressure on him. They're going to send double team after double team and force the ball out of Jamal Murray's hands. And other guys are going to have to step up when that's the case. And, tonight I thought Spencer Jones, without Spencer Jones hitting some big key threes, I thought he helped keep the Nuggets in this game, not only with the score, but just he helped end the runs for Detroit and kind of shifted the momentum back to Denver. So big shout out to Spencer Jones tonight. He only took 5 shots. All 5 of them were threes, and he hit 4 of them. I thought he was really running around with his hair on fire on the defensive end tonight too. So I really liked Spencer Jones tonight. I think he has been improving game after game, and it's been really good to see him do that. Jonas Valanciunas was really good again tonight. You know, the problem with Val is he is on a minutes restriction, so it's just tough when he's not in there. They just don't have a standard center a backup center that they can go to. Now, he did play 31 minutes tonight, so I'm not sure what his minute restriction is. I mean, that's a lot of minutes for a guy on minutes restriction. So that was kind of interesting to see. I mean, like Peyton Watson played 37, Jamal played 39, and Big Val played 31. Man, that might be his max. I don't know. It would have been really interesting to see if this game went to overtime, if Jonas Valanciunas would have played any of the overtime period, because he is on a minutes restriction. But yeah, the first quarter, the Nuggets got outscored in the paint 24-6 in that first quarter. 24-6 in the first quarter. I mean, this is a theme that we've seen while Nikola Jokic has been out. They've been getting blitzed in the paint. In fact, the total in points in the paint tonight was 64-48. The Pistons outscored the Nuggets. 64-48. And it's not shocking without your big center, superstar center in there, that they're getting outscored in the paint. Now, I didn't expect them, especially once Val came back. I thought that gap would close more than it has so far, and it just hasn't. So, and again, the turnovers were they killed the Nuggets tonight. They had 15 turnovers. The Pistons had 7. The Nuggets scored 10 points off of 7 Detroit turnovers. Detroit scored 20 points off 15 Denver turnovers. Absolute killer. Absolute killer when that happens. I mean, neither team shot the 3 ball very well. Detroit's not a very good 3-point shooting team. They want to go inside. I mean, they shot where were their 3-point attempts? Oh, they were 6 of 31, the Detroit Pistons. The Nuggets were 10 of 29. Okay. So the Nuggets lost this game tonight because of turnovers and points in the paint. Simple as that. Well, and Jamal Murray missing 2 free throws at the end of this game. That's a bummer. Really big bummer. I mean, that's the guy you want at the free throw line if you're a Nuggets fan. In those situations, no doubt, no question about it, it's Jamal Murray. And the killer is he had 2 separate opportunities to hit 3 free throws in a row and send this thing into overtime, and he was unable to do that. But again, like, you know, the Nuggets wouldn't have been in that situation if they didn't have such a bad first quarter offensively, if they limited their turnovers more, and if they didn't get absolutely crushed in the painted area. That's where this team is faltering right now, no doubt about it. Now, look, they're 9-6 without Nikola Jokic. In fact, I do have an update from Shams on Nikola Jokic. Good news on Joker. I think he's only a couple of games away before he is officially eliminated from MVP contention. Look, I get it. If you want Joker to win MVP, I mean, it's cool. I like that Joker's won 3 MVPs, especially if you're a lifelong Nuggets fan. This city had never had an NBA MVP before Nikola Jokic. So I totally understand why fans care about that. And I do think it matters. But at this point in Joker's career, at least for me, I really don't care about the MVP stuff anymore. A lot of fans, and even LeBron was talking about how it's not fair that it's the 65 game rule. You have to play in at least 65 games in order to be eligible for postseason awards, MVP, etc. Well, if Joker misses the next 2 or 3 games, I believe will become ineligible for that. I get it. You know, I do think it's kind of a dumb rule, but at the end of the day, at this point in the Jokic era, all I care about is, can this team win a championship? And as long as Nikola Jokic comes back healthy and ready to go and gives this team the best chance to win a title, really, that's all I care about. All right, let's get a quick update here from Shams on Nikola Jokic, who is getting close, everybody. He's getting close. Here's Shams.
And I'm told the Denver Nuggets will reevaluate Nikola Jokic in about a week. He is making great progress. He's in the ramp-up phase of his return-to-play process. But this is the Denver Nuggets team, as well as Nikola Jokic, that are partnering and working together on weighing the team's long-term health and success over the course of the entire season, more than just him being eligible for postseason awards like MVP and All-NBA. So potentially forfeiting that as part of keeping him ready for the entire season and not just back and then missing more time. This is a Nuggets team that's played so well without him, keeping their heads well above water. They're 9-5 without Jokic since he went down a month ago. A year ago, they were 4-8 without Nikola Jokic. They were third in the Western Conference when Jokic got hurt. They remain third in the Western Conference now as Jokic does near close toward a return.
Okay, so there is Shams Charania, however you pronounce it, with a positive update on Jokic. So he'll be reevaluated in a week, and that means he's starting to get close. In fact, if you're watching in the coverage tonight, you saw that Joker's been ramping it up in his pregame routine. Great to see. So look, again, it's crazy. It's been almost exactly a month that he's been out. 15 games. It feels like it's even longer than that, but good news, positive news there from Shams on Nikola Jokic. He is starting to get closer. Now, what's really concerning to me is Cam Johnson and Christian Brown. I mean, my goodness, especially Cam. Like, Christian tried to come back and just wasn't ready. And okay, fine. But Cam Johnson, my goodness, we haven't heard any updates on Cam. And it just, I don't know where he's at with his progress. Adelman tried to give us an update about a week or so ago and basically just said it with Cam and CP, just TBD. Now, another interesting injury note is the massive ice storm / snowstorm that hit a majority of the country over the weekend was so bad where the Nuggets were that when Aaron Gordon re-injured his hamstring, they weren't able to get an MRI on Aaron Gordon's hamstring while they were on the road because they literally couldn't get him to a facility that could do the MRI on his hamstring. So I'm assuming they got that done today here in Denver, and we're just kind of awaiting an update on Aaron Gordon as well. So, man, this team is just, they're so banged up right now. And look, I'll tell you this, that Detroit Pistons team, like, they're a young team, but they are really good. I mean, they've had some really high draft picks over the last couple of years, obviously leading with Cade Cunningham, who was the first overall pick in 2020. You got Ausar Thompson, who was the 5th overall pick a couple of years ago, went right after his brother. Ron Holland, I believe, was the 5th overall pick a couple of years ago. So this team is loaded. I don't think they're quite there yet. This has a feel of a team that they could win the East. I mean, they could finish as the 1 seed in the East. There's no doubt about that. But they just feel like they're a little bit too young. They might be a year or two away from really being able to compete for an NBA championship. Marlo said before the game, this could be an NBA Finals preview. I don't think so, but you never know. Let's see. Let's take a look at the standings here in the East. So Boston's actually in second. The Knicks are in third. Boy, the Knicks they've had a crazy season. Really good start. Went on a huge slide, and then they've won their last 3 games in a row. They're 28-18 on the year. Toronto's in the 4 seed, Cleveland 5, Philly 6. So it's probably going to be between Detroit, Boston, and New York as far as teams that I think can probably get out of the East. And there's a couple of dark horses. Like, I really like Orlando. If they can get healthy, then they've got a really good young team, but they've just had so many injuries to their good players. So the Eastern Conference is obviously much weaker than the Western Conference. So yeah, I mean, could Detroit get out of the East and represent the Eastern Conference in the NBA Finals? I mean, sure, because it's the path of least resistance is going through the Eastern Conference. Now, the good news is the Nuggets are still holding steady in the 3 seed in the West. In fact, the Rockets have fallen a game and a half behind the Nuggets. Even with the Nuggets lost tonight, they still have a game and a half lead over the Rockets for the 3 seed, and they're just a half game back of the Spurs for the 2 seed. So they're still in a good spot. Hopefully, I'm in the camp of just don't bring Nikola Jokic back until after the All-Star break. And I said that a couple of games ago. I don't even remember which one. And I got a couple people going back at me. And it's like, it's not that far away. It's really not. And I would much rather be ultra cautious with Nikola Jokic. There's 26 games after the All-Star break. That's plenty of time to get him back going, ramp things up, shake the rust off, get his conditioning level back, all of that kind of stuff. Plenty of time. So I'm in the camp of just wait until after the All-Star break. But I'm telling everybody, I think this team is set to, as long as they can get healthy post All-Star break, I think this team is set up to go on a big-time run the final 26 games of the season. And we'll see where they end up in the standings. Again, I'm in the camp of I really don't care where they end up in the standings as long as this team is healthy, even if they end up in like the 6th seed, which I don't think they will. But if they do, as long as they're healthy, they can win an NBA title. So that should be the focus right now for the Denver Nuggets. There's no doubt about it. We'll try and hear from David Adelman here in just a little bit. Whenever he speaks, he might have an update on Aaron Gordon. I don't know, but I'll see if we can get that to you as soon as Adelman does. I'm just kind of monitoring Altitude TV right now, so we shall see. But yeah, good positive update on Nikola Jokic. Good to see. I would like to get an update on Cam Johnson and Christian Brown just to kind of see where they're at. Waiting an update on Aaron Gordon as well and his hamstring. What did the MRI reveal? If you remember after the game, Aaron Gordon said he didn't think it was severe as the previous injury to his hamstring in November against the Houston Rockets. So, I mean, that's positive news. All right. I think Adelman's about to talk here. So he is. Let me get you out there. Here is David Adelman. He's just walking up to the podium. And here we go.
The turnovers in the first half, obviously, and then the total 20 points off those mistakes. I thought the second half, we fought on the rebound as good as we've done in a long time. We ended up winning the battle, ended up tying them in second chance points, which no one does against that team. But I thought on the defensive end, just they lived in our paint throughout the night. When you bring bodies to a guy like Cade, there's people playing behind the defense. They found a lot of easy ones, but yeah, they're a great defensive team. I don't know if you anyways watched them play. They do this every night, so it's a challenge to try to score. I thought our physicality was better in the second half, which led to the 35 points in the fourth quarter, and we gave ourselves a chance to win the game. And on top of that, they're a team that when they do shrink the paint like they do, you have to take advantage from three. 10 for 29 is not terrible, but it's 35%. You're never going to score 60 plus in the paint against that team. 48 is not a bad number. Obviously, with Jonas back, it helps, but. Tremendous effort by the guys. We just didn't play well enough to win the game.
You talk a lot about the nature of the NBA. You don't see a team blow up as many screens as they do. How much does that help, or how hard was that to kind of combat tonight?
Yeah, they have the personnel to do it. I feel like you look for people to put in actions where even if they blow it up, you feel like if they have to switch and you get a better matchup on Jamal, the next action will be a positive one. And a lot of times they have 3-4 guys that are switching, and there really is no advantage gained. It's not just Thompson. It's Holland off the bench. Ivy's a great athlete. So just Javante, they have a lot of guys that really compete defensively, and I think Cade's an underrated defender as well with his size. So we were trying to hunt ways to get people loose. There were a few matchups out there. Obviously, we went out a lot in the second half, but it just wasn't enough, and still had a chance. Obviously, with our best free throw shooter, one of the best free throw shooters I've ever seen at the line. So I just, Jamal had to play a ton of minutes again. It's not what I want to do, but that's the way it is. And obviously he was great in the second half, finishing with 24 and 10.
What do you say to Jamal after the game's in his hand at the line twice and he misses those free throws? What do you say to him?
I hope he shoots them again the next game, because he's a great free throw shooter. And he's made some of the biggest free throws in the history of this franchise. So tonight was one of those nights. We play 82 for a reason. Things happen that don't usually happen. So it's just one of those things. And again, there was fatigue out there for sure. For both teams, it was a really physical game, and they just, had made one more play than we did, and I thought we made some situational mistakes, things I have to watch on film, hitting the ball late quarter. They hit a couple threes. Late game, Duncan got behind us. We were trying to shadow the first pass from side out. So some things we can clean up and communicate better to be better in those situations.
Coach, how cagey a player does it show Jamal is just to be able to get a chance to get the 3 free throws out of 3-point
On the late game?
Yeah.
Yeah, we were running an action that I knew they were going to switch everything. It's the main reason why I wasn't calling timeout late was to keep their offensive lineup on the court. There's more people to attack for us offensively because then their defense isn't as impactful. But in that situation, that allows them to put 5 guys on the court that are all high-level defensive players. We were trying to sneak him out the back end. He did a great job as they topped him. They didn't let him come out the high side. And so he ran that route kind of like Anthony Edwards does from time to time. So, yeah, it was incredible to get his foot behind the line. He took the contact, and it really did look like it was going in when he shot it, which would have been beneficial, obviously. But, yeah, I was just glad we got to look at it. Those are tough situations in our league, especially in today's game with the rosters filled out with 1 through 5 switching teams. So, yeah, I'm just glad our best player tonight got a look. And it just was a night where I felt like we clawed and climbed. We never got to the top of the mountain. It just was one of those nights.
On the first 3, that was the foul. Were you trying to get them to review for a technical or flagrant on the kick out? Is that what
we were looking for? Did he step underneath his foot? Which I know is asking for that late game seems kind of soft, but the way the rules are written, they tend to side with the shooter nowadays. So either way, he got a look, he got fouled. But yeah, again, we put ourselves in a situation where everything had to be perfect the last 3 minutes for us to win the game. You can't do that. The first 45 minutes put us in a hole, and that's how it ended up.
The front court feels like it would be a load for a guy coming off a calf strain like Jonas is. Just what you see from him in terms of his ability to kind of fight on the glass and keep you guys in the rebounding battle.
Yeah, it's 16 and 16, 7 offensive rebounds in 30 minutes. It's incredible to have him back. He just takes up so much space. Not to mention, I know they had 13 offensive rebounds. But he's only playing the 30 minutes. Obviously it was dramatically better when he was in. He just shores up so many things for us that we haven't had. And I give Zeke credit, 17 minutes, 6 rebounds, 2 offensive. He hit the glass as well. And we were cross-matching. So these guys were in tough situations. They were small guys dealing with bigs. And when you step up to stop Cade, that means you're leaving a body of somebody that can really hit the glass. So it's you give something up sometimes to try to affect the other team's best player. Sometimes it was effective. Sometimes the second chance points hurt us.
Just heard David Adelman talk about it.
So there is head coach David Adelman. I was waiting to see if he had an update on Aaron Gordon or any of the other guys. But you know what? David just said it perfectly right there. Yes, Jamal missed 2 free throws. He had 2 chances to tie this thing up and send it into overtime. And I think it's somewhat fair to place blame on Jamal Murray for missing those free throws, especially when he has 2 opportunities. Okay, I get it. You miss it once, stuff happens. But he did have 2 opportunities. But I love what David just said right there. Don't look at that. How about the 45 minutes of game time before that? The Nuggets shouldn't have been in that position to begin with. Their first quarter was atrocious offensively. I'm sitting here watching the game. In that first quarter, I swear to God, my hand was on my head this team doesn't look like they know what they're doing on the offensive end of the floor. Yes, they're professional basketball players. I'm not trying to take shots at them, but that's what the first quarter tonight looked like. It looked like they didn't have a clue as to what they were trying to do offensively. They looked lost. Now, after the first quarter, it got much better, okay? And maybe that's coaching staff adjustments, Spencer Jones hitting a couple of big threes. Jonas Valanciunas tonight, you just heard Adelman say it there. He was great. 16 rebounds to go along with 16 points against that team. Great stuff. It was great to see that from Jonas Valanciunas. But, the Nuggets put themselves in a position to where you can't make a single mistake in the final 3 minutes of the game. You can't miss a free throw. And unfortunately, Jamal missed 2. But coach is so right there. Let's not just focus right in on the Jamal free throws. The first 45 minutes of the game is what did the Nuggets in tonight. Specifically the first quarter. I mean, it was really sloppy, way too many turnovers. They were giving up way too many offensive rebounds and second chance points to Detroit in the first quarter and really just kind of in the first half overall. Although I thought they got much better at that as the game went along. And, what really got the Nuggets kind of back into this thing and the momentum going, I mentioned it earlier, that second quarter, shout out to Bruce Brown. The Nuggets started getting steals. Brucey B was getting out in transition. He had 8 points in a 10-minute stretch, all layups at the rim. I mean, that's the Bruce Brown that the Nuggets need. And, to be honest, for those of you who have listened to the show throughout the season, I've been very critical of Bruce Brown. I think fairly so, rightfully so. But I will say over the past, week or two, it looks like Bruce is kind of refinding his game. And when I say that, I mean he's rediscovering his game that he was here in 2023. Like the Bruce Brown I've seen over the past couple of weeks reminds me a hell of a lot more of the Bruce Brown we saw here in 2023 that helped lead the Nuggets to their first NBA championship. So that's positive. I think Spencer Jones has been improving game by game. He was excellent again tonight. He wasn't just 4 or 5 from 3. I thought his 3-pointers tonight really helped swing the momentum back in the Nuggets' favor, and it stopped Detroit from ballooning their lead. And I thought Spencer Jones was a big part of what kept the Nuggets in this thing at all. Without Spencer Jones hitting those big threes, I mean, I don't even think they have a chance at the end of the game. But unfortunately, the hole they dug for themselves was just too deep, and Coach said it right there. He nailed it. When you dig yourself that big of a hole the first 45 minutes of the game, the final 3 minutes, everything has to be perfect. Everything has to go perfect. And you miss a free throw or two, and you lose the game. I mean, that's just how it goes. So tough loss for the Nuggets tonight. I really loved the way they battled back, though. I got to say, this is a good Detroit Pistons team. They're 34-11 on the year. They're the number 1 seed in the Eastern Conference. They're 15-6 away from Detroit. So a good road team, really good young and up-and-coming team out of the Eastern Conference. I love the way the Nuggets fought back tonight, but the starts, they've got to get off to better starts because this is what happens. So when you get off to a bad start, you can claw your way back all you want, but again, you have to be perfect in the final 3 to 5 minutes of the game if you're going to do that. And unfortunately tonight, Jamal Murray wasn't able to capitalize, and he missed 2 free throws. I mean, like I said, I love the question too to Adelman. What do you say to Jamal? It's like, well, what are you expecting him to say? Hey, next time, make the free throw, Jamal. Like, yeah, I'm pretty sure he knows that. I loved Adelman's response. He's like, dude, just keep shooting it. I hope you get there again. We're going to believe in you next time. 89% free throw shooter on the season. Adelman just said he's one of the best free throw shooters he's ever seen, not just on the team. One of the best free throw shooters he's ever seen, and he's 89% on the season. That's the guy you want at the line. And unfortunately, tonight, he just wasn't able to knock him down. So the Nuggets fall 109-107 to the Detroit Pistons. All right, everybody, that's going to do it for the post-game show. Really appreciate you tuning in. Positive news on Jokic. If you missed it earlier, he will be reevaluated in a week. That according to Shams, his update on ESPN. So he's getting closer, everybody. We'll see when he returns. We'll be back for a game probably the game I'm most looking forward to all season long. The Brooklyn Nets come to town Thursday night, and we'll be visiting Ball Arena, and we will get to see the return of one Michael Porter Jr. back to his old stomping grounds. I can't wait for that one. I'm sure there will be a tribute video. Yes, he deserves it. He helped this team win a championship, and I can't wait. And Michael Porter Jr. is going to be fired up for that game. So really looking forward to that. We'll be back with another edition of In the Paint to react to Nuggets and Nets coming up on Thursday. 3 home games after this one. So 4-game homestand obviously started with a loss. The Nets Thursday, Clippers Friday, and then Sunday. The first time the Denver Nuggets and Oklahoma City Thunder will play each other this season. It is crazy that it's taken this long for these teams to match up, but 3 really, really awesome games coming up at Ball Arena for the Denver Nuggets. Thursday against the Nets, Friday Clippers, Sunday against the Oklahoma City Thunder. That'll do it for the postgame show tonight, everybody. Really appreciate you listening, and we'll be back. I'll be back on Thursday to react to Nuggets and Nets right here on In the Paint.